I got into music because my parents played a lot of music around the house and in the car, and I ended up learning all the words to the Greatest Hits album from the Eagles and a lot of Motown stuff. And I wanted to make music that affected other people emotionally in the way that this music affected me. I thought it was a really beautiful thing, and I wanted to be able to create that.
My mom got a new friend, and her son was a dancer, and he was the same age. So like 13, 14. And my mom said, yeah, you always wanted to do something with music, but you don't play an instrument, but you can dance, so call him and maybe you can start as well. So I called him, and yeah, I started to go to dancing practice, some freestyle hip hop stuff, and it was really fun. It was also a hard time because we were practicing like 4 to 5 times a week. And well, when I was like 17, 18, I was like, nah, partying is so much more interesting. I want to go out instead of having dance practice training on Saturdays. So I stopped. But I always wanted to continue with music because it was my heart. I think at the age of 17, 18, I was also then, when I started to write my own lyrics. And I showed it to a friend, and also how rap, he was like, yeah, I really like it. And he took me to the studio. And it was like the kickoff, so to say, for recording and making my own tracks.
I would have to blame my family for that. I'm just kidding. But when I was 4 years old, my older sister started playing guitar. And I remember telling to my parents that I want to do the same thing when I will be 8 years old. So I did it, and that's how I got into music.
My earliest childhood memory is, well, to be honest, I don't have a specific one, but I do remember that I've been surrounded by music like all the time, like 24/7. Yeah.
First memory I have, and which I really enjoy looking back to, is do you remember these plastic tennis rackets? And I took it as a guitar, so like I was imitating playing the guitar really in my head. I was a superstar. So I really enjoyed it, jumping around, like imitating, like playing guitar. So that was like really my first memory of me pretending to do music.
Me and my sister had gone to bed, and it was quite late at night at this point for us at that time because we were very young, and my dad came upstairs and said, do you want to come down and watch Top of the Pops? Top of the Pops is on TV. And we were like, yeah. So we ran out of bed, ran downstairs, and Simply Red was playing on Top of the Pops, and they were singing, yes, I love the thought of coming home to you, even if I know I can't make it. And I became then obsessed with that song. And it was just a really fun moment that involved music. And yeah, I remember it vividly even now.
So in my hometown, my music teacher every year, actually every summer, he would organize a kids' summer festival called Vruće ljeto, which in Croatian means hot summer. And I remember there was always a choir that would sing through the whole festival. And I wanted to be a part of that choir so badly. And when I was 8 years old, I made it, and I was the happiest kid ever.
Connections with other people, and that's not sort of like networking connections, business connections. That's emotionally connecting with people either that you already know or that you've never met before through music. That is such a beautiful thing. Like I had this one gig where my mum and dad were in the audience, and I'd written a song about them and I'd not played them to it before, and it's on my debut album. It's called Mum and Dad, and I saw them in the crowd, and we just kind of had this moment, and I thought, you know what, this isn't even on the set list, but I'm going to play it. And so I played this song, and it was just a very, very emotional moment and so special.
The best thing I experienced through music so far was definitely performing, touring with my previous band Luminize as a support act of one of the biggest bands in the Netherlands, Golden Lyric. That was a dream. But in general, the best thing in music for me is performing live.
That's the only thing that I can really express myself through, and I'm very grateful for that.
If you want to do music, I can just say, do it. First of all, do it for the fun of it. Don't look at money. Don't look at fame or anything. Do it for the fun of it. Do it for yourself. For me, music is like it's a feeling, it's energy, and you, at least in my opinion, you need to carry it in your heart. And the more love you put into the music, I think the better it will be, and the more touching it will be as well. So yeah, as if you're a kid, just do it for yourself, do it for the love of it, for the fun of it. And if you don't know how, I mean, nowadays there are like YouTube tutorials, of course Thomann has some nice equipment, and that's not so expensive to start, so just buy equipment, try yourself out. And of course, talk to other people, if you have friends who also do music, or maybe they know someone who does music, just, talk about it, because if you don't talk about it, no one will know.
Some people are going to think that what you're doing is not worth doing or is stupid. And that goes for everything, not even just music. That goes for all hobbies. There's always going to be someone who's like, why are you doing that? Why are you spending your time doing that? That's weird. And I would just say, just do whatever you want to do. Don't let anyone define your joy or your success, because that is so personal to you, and you're never going to get your time back. So time is the most valuable thing. So spend your time doing what brings you joy. And if playing music brings you joy, do that as much as possible.
Enjoy what you're doing. Put a lot of effort, and it's gonna pay off. And it's very a good feeling when you experience that. So yeah, just enjoy.
I always say this, just go for it and do it. Find your reasons to play, practice, believe in yourself, and have fun while doing it.
Just fulfilling in a creative way. I really like creating songs, the structure of songs and the lyrics and the sounds that bring everything together to have like a solid, a good song. I love creating songs. That's my main reason to make music, and it makes me feel good.
First of all, I do music for myself, because I kind of digest my whole childhood, coming to Germany as a black kid in a white neighborhood and stuff like that, experiencing racism, discrimination, stuff like that. So I digest my own life more or less, but always trying to do it in a positive way, so that I can also empower other people. To round it up, I started as a small kid with a rocket tennis player, and now I'm recording my own songs and really enjoying it and making the best out of it. And I could, to anyone, just recommend to do the same. Whatever it is, do your own thing.
Music is my form of self-expression. I like to talk a lot, but sometimes for me it's easier to sing some things than to say them out loud. At least they sound better while singing them. So those were my answers. Make sure to subscribe to Thomann's YouTube channel and go find your reasons to play. Bye.